This is my second attempt, and likely my submission, namely because I can't be bothered doing another run, for MackanRules' Freeplay challenge on Spice Islands Reverse. If you want to take a look at the rules, just check out the last video since, well, I explain them all there. And if you want a full explanation, you're better off going out to check the video on his channel. The one that explains all the rules himself. And, well, yeah. Not too much to say here, aside from the farming setup was more or less fairly similar, alongside the addition of the Desperado middle path to get even more money from the balloon trap. And overall, just a lot more optimization. And ultimately, as you can see here, by the time I get to round 100, I have quite a bit more money than I did before. On round 119, I decided to get the Engineer Paragon, once again as the first Paragon. This can help me defend temporarily, and also, it's now degree 80 instead of 70. I thought the higher degree would be a little bit better, simply because the overclock ability will come off cooldown a bit faster. And I guess it does a bit more damage as well. This of course will eventually carry us until we decide to get the Wizard Paragon. Said Wizard Paragon we get on round 160, as about at this point the Engineer Paragon couldn't really defend anymore on its own. We got it to degree 81, as I didn't want to inject too much money into it, and on top of that, a higher degree than this isn't that much more of a benefit. But otherwise, we got it to degree 81, and it definitely helped our defense out a lot, and I began to start farming pops for the next Paragon, that being the Boat Paragon. One crucial thing I didn't add to my last run was the Lord of the Abyss, in order to get both the Sub and the Boat Paragon, since sometimes I had to place them on water. And then ultimately, we get this Boat Paragon soon enough, on round 194, up to degree 90. This thing definitely greatly enhances our defense, and on top of that, it gives us extra spots. Which is another thing I forgot to consider in my last run. The Boat Paragon and the Sub Paragon are really good in the late game. The Sub mainly for the cooldown benefit for the other Paragons with abilities, but the Boat is amazing. It has great DPS, it's got extra space for more stuff, and more importantly, it's got the passive hooks and the active hook, which can hook in 2 bads per round. Next up, we get a degree 81 Ascended Shadow. As just like last time, this thing is amazing late game, namely for the fact that it can, well, reduce the health of every single mob class balloon by 25%, as well as slow down everything that's not a bad. And it's got fairly good DPS on its own as well. It turns out this thing overclocked is pretty strong. We then get a degree 60 Boomerang Paragon to help us out, and we place it on top of the left platform on the Navark, on round 227. Then on round 251 we get the degree 60 Tac Paragon on the other Navark platform. As yeah, this thing is still somewhat decent-ish, and it being right over the track where it can hit all of its projectiles on the bad is pretty damn good. Plus, the future Sub Paragon will be placed not too far from it, so it gets a 10% ability cooldown reduction. So, I mean, yeah, it's got its uses. Though I still personally believe it is the worst Paragon in the game, but it's better than the Dart Paragon on this map. Then on round 271 we get our Spike Factory Paragon to help us out quite a bit, and then start farming pops for the Ace Paragon, which is another addition I decided to make to this. As well, it's the Ace Paragon, the most expensive Paragon in the game, and more often than not, one of the more powerful ones. Said Ace Paragon we get on the 285 to degree 70, and then we start going for the final Paragon, well, actually we get it straight away, the Submarine, and Submerge it. We get a Legend of the Night and a few other things. The setup does get adjusted throughout the way, but yeah, this is kind of the main final setup, or at least the final concept. Just like the last video, from here until we get majorly stuck, it's going to just be a time lapse. So there won't be any commentary, just sit back and enjoy this absolute clusterfuck of a little bit of an optimization. 318 marks the first round where we officially got fully stuck for a while. I ultimately decided to take a break after many attempts. And well, yeah, I almost gave up here after like a million different tries, and eventually we did beat it. After I came back from break, it still took a million attempts to do so, but like, we did beat it. It was not easy, and honestly, I am pretty glad I did not give up here. After like a million tries, as I said, we did beat it. It turns out unsubmerging the sub-Paragon for a little bit of extra DPS was pretty beneficial. I'm surprised it made that much of a difference, even if it was only that little bit extra to scrape us by. This round was absolute hell. But hey, we eventually got through it with more optimal hooks, abilities, and as I said, unsubmerging the sub-Paragon surprisingly did a lot more than I thought. And hell, I mean, I'm not that good at Ace Micro, but that definitely helped out at least a little bit. Though eventually, our luck did run out, no matter how hard I tried. Even though I'm sure there is probably some kind of very niche, minuscule way I could beat this round, I just couldn't do it. And that round is 327. Seems that no matter how hard I tried, I just could not get past this round for the life of me. Even if I was good at this game, or at least a lot better than I was, I don't know if I could beat it. I mean, I'm sure I probably could if I was like super optimal professional person, but I am not. But ultimately, I am very glad I did not choose to stick with my old run, or consider at the end, because this run got a whopping 38 rounds further, and I'm pretty proud. Hope you all enjoyed watching this run, and eventually I will have to upload the full version if I want to submit this. But regardless, this is probably going to be the run I submit, and I know for a fact there's probably going to be much better runs, but I'm not expecting to win. I just wanted to do something fun, and well, yeah, it was. See you all in the next run.